Hello everybody and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. We are back with our next playthrough, and today we are going to be beginning Cal's run. And I have not actually, it's ironic because despite both of our parents being geophonics people, I have not touched that at all. Which is kind of interesting to think about. And also we're going to actually be learning more about Cal. Which unfortunately means I am going to let Tammy die. Some people have said that, like, you can let her live. But other people have said that, like, for the first time, you can't let her live. I don't know, so I'm just gonna let her die. I swear to God, this is the last time we're gonna let Tammy die. I know I've said that before, but hopefully this time we mean it for real. But either way, we're going to begin our new game, and we're going to be romancing Cal and seeing if we could get all of the different job endings in geophonics. Which means we'll be negotiating peace pretty much each time at the end, but that's probably what Cal would have wanted anyway. I'm not sure if this is going to be episode by episode, like if we're going to go a year at a time like I normally do, or if this is going to be a little shorter. It all depends on how much content I have that we have not seen before. I know that I've seen some of farming. I've seen some of xenobotany, but I may do that again just because I'm going through geophonics anyway. And there's some other stuff we haven't done, like I've barely done farming and stuff like that. Oh, and we're also going to let our mom live. I was initially going to try and run through and get all of the foraging stuff myself anyway, but I failed at that last time. So I am going to try still and see if I could do it on my own. I really want to see if I can cure it on my own. Because like I said before, if I can accidentally cure Shimmer while just doing stuff without recording when I was just trying to get these people back on the screen, then surely I can do it on camera. Let's see. We'll find out by starting now. It's kind of weird because now we know exactly where this takes place because I had never seen it before this because I always went the peace route. And also this time I am sticking with the they them pronouns for our character, but I am going for a more masculine appearance because we haven't done that yet. We've always went for feminine or androgynous, so I'm curious to see how the ending title cards will look like that. So let's see. Of course, our favorite is our mom's gardening trowel. We need some biology to unlock xenobotany anyway. You don't really need trowels for hydroponics, but someday you'll be on a planet with real dirt. For now, you get to play in a nice clean silicon sand pile and help your mom pick hydroponic strawberries. And let's see, what about... So we got stories from your dreams. We could do the engineering manuals, but like I said, I want to avoid that for now. I really want to try and stop the famine myself. Maybe we can stop the pixie beans, but I don't know what that'll change. Maybe it'll fix the food? Let's see. What else could we use? Future dog and the space cadets +2 to the last card. That could be good. Stories from your dreams? Oh, that just gives us a pretty good social card. So let's go with that one. You've always been weird that way. You beg him to tell you stories about aliens called the Gardeners and insist that they're real people you've met. Or will meet. Or something. They're from your dreams, but it seems so real. It's more like remembering. It's hard to explain. Your family doesn't understand, but your dad is happy to play make-believe. Together you make up new adventures for the Gardeners every night. Every child on the stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first sign of yours. Now let's see, what would be the best for us? Absorbent brain might be good. But what would help us with +1 on a muscle challenge win? Well, we're going to be doing biology a lot. Animals would be good. Calm temperament, -1 stress. Considering xenobotany comes in later on, and we can probably raise animals pretty easily on our own once we get the tend animals option, let's go with absorbent brain. That way we can get xenobotany faster. Professor House says kids learn fast because their brains are like sponges, but when people get older, they can't absorb as much new stuff. Not for you. You're always learning, and your curiosity knows no end. Alright, the other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. The tough and gentle Cal. When you're both 8 years old, Cal finds a mouse in the ship's vents. Animals are expressly forbidden on the stratospheric, so who knows how it could have ended up there. Cal is determined to keep it hidden and care for it. You help raise it. You regularly sneak into the hydroponic gardens while your parents aren't around and steal vegetables for the tiny mouse, which Cal names Miss Manners. She even teaches her to stand up and beg for food and sometimes carries her around hidden in his pocket. Oh, and here we go. It's time for the wormhole. I am, once again, like I said before, we're gonna try and stop the famine ourselves. We'll worry about the shields another time. We'll save that for the golden ending, probably. Try to be brave for the others. Find a distraction. We can't do that. Bravery, empathy. Empathy. Well, like a baby, it feels good. You wait, the shaking builds. Is this the wormhole? The weirdest is a sense of deja vu. You're sure this has happened before, and you know somehow that everything is going to be okay. You black out. Just as you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow. Lots of them. Different tomorrows. Ooh, it's Mars again! One time when I was speeding through, at the beginning, I think, of our last playthrough, when I was trying to get everybody back on the title screen, I actually got Vase. Alright, let's study some life sciences. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and up-and-coming chemists. I am here. Now I know the best one for this mush tree one, too, because I've done it for a little while, so we'll be able to get some good friendship up already. Alright, run an electric current through it. Alright, we unlocked shoveling dirt and geophonics. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump between biology and geophonics for a while. Alright, so we'll shovel dirt too. Hope it looks like you're working with your old lady. Hope you don't expect me to go easy on you because you're my kid. She walks you around the geophonics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to the other. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky, old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Don't we have machines for this? The construction crew's already claimed all the hover lifts, she says, shrugging, but they'll break down in a few years anyway, and we don't have the materials to fix them. She grips your forearm. We're planet-side now. Use your muscles. Nature's hydraulic pistons. Yes! So let's get to work. Your arms start to ache after the first half hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. But good somehow. You can feel your muscles growing already. Cal is riding around the geophonics garden on his hoverboard. The board comes to a shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off, but catches his balance before he eats dirt. Hi, Heavy! Real ground is way harder to hover on than ship floors. There's bumps everywhere. We'll have to adapt. Yeah, Cal exclaims. Things are actually way better planet-side. Hovering outside is rad. Look at this. He runs over to a small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this. It's a skate bowl. Can I try? Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed going down one side to come back up the other. You don't land any tricks. It's hard just staying on the board with this uneven ground, but it's still fun. I got the cotton candy. I'm sorry, Tammy. It had to be done. Cal is sitting in front of your mom's flower garden with his face in his hands. He's clearly been crying all morning, and probably all of yesterday, too. He and Tammy were really close. Whenever you guys used to play house in the creche, Tammy was always the mommy and Cal was the daddy. Even though you were just little kids, you kind of always giggled at how obviously they were going to be together forever, like a princess and a knight. I miss her too. Me too, he sniffs, looking up at you. You can see how puffy and red his eyes are. Me really too. Tammy always liked these flowers, he mumbles. Sometimes I picked some for her. He runs his hands over the pretty white flowers. Don't tell your mom, okay? Tears well up and slowly leak out of his eyes. He doesn't even blink, just stares at the flowers as the tears run down his cheeks. You decide to give him some space, especially since I decided to do this. I didn't have to kill her. And I'm gonna do bot wrestling for now, up until it becomes Xeno wrangling. That way we have more Cal friendship come up, because once it starts becoming Xeno wrangling, he does not like that. We learned that with Vase's run. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off of it into a pile. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excitedly. Dirt? I guess that's okay. No, he laughs. I mean, just this. He waves his arm, dirt encrusted up to the elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow? Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand into the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she had a way, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. Wait, he says, I just thought of the thing I like better. He showed you his splayed hands. Getting dirt under my fingernails. He laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. It must be nice to actually get to touch real dirt and stuff after living on a ship your entire life. You're looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else. One of the younger kids. They're blindfolded? Hey, they exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cirrus, one of an enemy's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cirrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not their fault, Cal says. They didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec, I want to teach them how to play. Cal turns to you as Cirrus leaves. Sorry, Abby, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cirrus a new game, but he's more like an enemy than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games other than sports ball, he says. No winners or losers, I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks up at you hopefully. Do you want to learn how to play? Yes! I don't know if I can do this though. I don't know if I have enough bravery to stand up to frickin' Mars. Cal's smile looks like it's gonna stretch right off his face. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first, put on this blindfold. The blindfold is a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm gonna spin you around, and when I let go, you gotta listen to my instructions, okay? We're gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod. You can't see Cal's grin, but you hear it in his voice as he spins you around and counts to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, Cal says, you gotta walk forward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instructions as best you can or make things difficult for him? Do your best. You take 10 steps straight forward, holding your hands out for balance. The rocking dirt between the garden beds crunches under your feet. Yeah, Cal says. Now turn right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. Get it right. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. You manage 2 more steps until your outstretched hands lands on the warm metal of the door. Success! Awesome, Cal says. You can't help but smile. This is fun. Now hit the door button on the right and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slowly, okay? You open the door and you start to walk forward. Oh no, I can't do it! Aww. I'm sorry, Cal. One day I'll be able to do it. Haha, I got it. Starting off young in the xenobotany lab. Hey kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands in things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I'd drained this little beauty. Can you, get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck! It's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to help me out with some researching the native plants, he says. Do you think you might be able to break us off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as gene tech research with insects, but it is important. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know. If it were up to her, we'd fill these greenhouses with herb plants and nothing else. But there's gotta be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while we're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. I will. Hold this to your head now, my darling, you hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Yappy, Tira greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry, Recalitrans just took a tumble off something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom, Cal complains. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, that sounds like something he'd do. Cal shrugs. I climbed it before and it was fine, he says, not disagreeing with you. It was slippery from the irrigation misters, that's all. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. She looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Yabby. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protest, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. Aww. I love my mom too, hence why she's gonna live this run. Hopefully. Oh, and I got my toughness up. We're probably not gonna be able to explore this year because I'm already stressed out, but I am tough enough. Your dad introduces you to the little lab they have set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around him. We're surrounded by alien flora, and we know practically nothing about it. What's edible, what's medicine, what can we make with fibers, or build with, or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we're gonna find out, my little potato. Your dad directs you to a research bench, and here's where you'll be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien spouts. More than just a sample table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you can put things into. Carefully find the on switch. There's no on switch. Yep, you looked everywhere. Alright, press buttons at random. You mashed all the table's buttons until, yo, kiddo! It's congruence. The ship's friendly computer beams at you from her own holoscreen set into the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony, after all. You wonder who she got yo from. Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone, but congruence is the real brains of the operation, he confesses, though it's not like it's a secret. She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new, so don't be afraid to try stuff. I will. Technically, we are going to be trying something new this run, considering we are going to be trying to actually save one of our parents for once. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna help fight. You try to do your best to be brave and fight back. First you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back at the creche. Then you head outside to get your bearings. You can hear yelling up the stairs from command and a commotion to the southeast at geophonics where your parents are working. Cal is at geophonics, so we're going there. Your parents are defending the greenhouses from a pack of knee-high creatures which seem to have eyes growing all over their bodies. Their oily flesh ripples with a constant, subtle motion as the individual eyes blink one at a time incessantly. You can't tell which end is which with these horrible things. Cal is standing nearby, wide-eyed. He slowly picks up a shovel and moves beside you. He reluctantly holds the shovel in front of himself like a weapon. Easy, doggies, he whispers. We don't want to hurt you. Get out of here, both of you, run, your mom shouts, attracting the pack's attention, except one animal, which moves straight towards you and Cal. Figure out what it wants. You look into its too many eyes and see fear. This creature is scared of you. To Cal's amazement, you crouch down to try and look less threatening, and choose two eyes at random to look into, to communicate with. You start to reach out a hand, but the creature is trembling. Staring into its eyes has made it even more frightened than before. It bounces. I remember this. I did this in my very first run. But we got more friendship with Cal, and that's what matters. You killed it! With nothing but a rake thrust deep into several of the many creature's many eyes, the rest of the pack scampers off the moment it falls. You never killed anything before. The body of the creature that was so terrifying a minute ago now looks strangely small and harmless. All of its eyes have closed for good now. Cal crouches beside it in shock. I told you to run, Yabby. Uh-oh. Your mom looks furious that you put yourself in danger. She storms over and you think she's going to slap you. Then suddenly she pulls you into her arms and hugs you. She keeps rocking you and saying, my baby, over and over. It's pretty surreal, almost as weird as the dog things with the eyes, honestly. After 2 weeks of darkness, with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky, and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Other species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed. This time. Except Tammy. Technically by my hand, because I 100% could have stopped that. But I just didn't. Oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do to get that farmer boy to love you, you know what I mean? Alright, but I do think we're going to end after this first year. Let me know what you think. Should we go 2 years at a time, at least until geophonics shows up, or should I keep going 1 year at a time? Eventually, I think Well, my next run, I'm probably going to do Tammy next run, and I think that is also going to go 1 year at a time because I have not done really anything with cooking or babysitting or any of that stuff. So that's probably going to be going year by a time. Rex and Nomi Nomi, they're both probably going to be a little faster because, well, probably Rex, but Nomi Nomi will probably take a little longer because I want to do the creativity endings with them. As for the other endings we still don't have, those probably won't take very long. I know we have 2 descendings we haven't gotten, but those are quick. And everything else, I'm not sure. So let me know. But until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourselves, get some dirt under your fingernails, and have a good day.